There are many different ways to program the D.I.Wire to bend your parts. This video will showcase 4 different ways to make the same shape and explain the benefits of each one. The first method is to use a vector drawing program. Here we are using Adobe Illustrator, but you could use any software that will allow you to export joined lines as an SVG. One advantage of using a vector drawing program is you may already be familiar with the software and could quickly start making shapes for the D.I.Wire. Another advantage is vector drawing programs offer many editing features that could be useful when creating complex shapes. Once you've exported your SVG, you could open it in WireWare. As you can see, it is not necessary to give your corners radii, as they will naturally be created by the bending process. Another method for creating shapes is to build them directly in path mode. This method is great for making simple shapes quickly and easily. Start by clicking the plus sign on the action list 6 times. Now click Zoom Extents to fit everything to the screen. With everything visible, you could drag the feed and bend points to get a rough estimate of your shape. From here, feeds and bends can be tweaked in the action list to achieve a precise shape. Similar to using the action list, we could also manually type feeds and bends into script mode. This method is great if you're working from a drawing and already know the feed lengths and bend angles of your part. To get our shape, all we need to do is enter feed and bend commands, followed by their values for each segment of the part. Since we're bending a hexagon, we know that all feed lengths are going to be equal and all bend angles will be the same. We could script this 2 ways. Write out each bend and feed command for every segment of the part, or, since we know that all feeds and bends are the same, we could use a repeat loop to cycle through the script a designated number of times. The last method is to use G-code. This is the most involved method for programming the D.I.Wire, but also offers the most control in tweaking your part. Unlike all previous methods, G-code does not use a material profile to compensate for springback and the geometry of your bend hardware. For example, when you send the A-axis to 60 degrees using G-code, the bend pin moves to 60 degrees, but the resulting bend angle will likely be much larger. Along with coding the bends, you will also need to code actions involving the Z-motor and feeding of the wire. For more information on writing G-code, check out our G-code tutorial video. Before jumping in, it's always wise to take a moment to consider which method will most suit your needs. With all these methods in your back pocket, you're now ready to bend anything you can imagine.